Hi, I'm CJ Morgan, and here's what's happening for Tuesday, May 25th. Federal officials are upping the pressure on BP over the oil spill. Homeland Security Chief Janet Napolitano says the government will stay on BP until the cleanup gets done. Napolitano says that federal officials are working to hold BP responsible for cleaning up the growing spill. Napolitano said Monday that she's heartsick about damage to Grand Isle south of New Orleans, where thick oil has been washing up. She says that the government will stay on BP until the cleanup gets done the right way. Meanwhile, a top official of BP says that the crews will try Wednesday to shut down the well that's been spewing forth those thousands of gallons of oil for the last 34 days in the Gulf. BP Senior Vice President Bob Fryer says it's taken a little longer than expected to make the necessary preparations for the effort. Quote, "We've taken the time to make sure we get it right," Fryer said. "We're ready to do it, and we'll be pumping it on Wednesday," unquote. The plan is to pump drilling fluid, or mud, into the cripple blowout preventer on the floor of the Gulf to plug the well. With the weight of the mud itself, we anticipate it will stop the flow, according to Fryer. The NOPD is continuing its search for a suspect in the murder of a cab driver. 52-year-old Arvell Hicks of Avondale, a United Cab Company driver, was shot and killed last Friday night. Hicks was found dead in his cab at the intersection of 6th and Chippewa Streets shortly after 7 p.m. Robbery is believed to be the motive. Hicks was the fourth cab driver to be murdered in the New Orleans area in just over a year. Today's Times-Picayune reports that New Orleans still has the nation's highest murder rate. A just-released FBI report states that although overall crime is down, New Orleans still ranks number one in violent crimes and property crimes, followed closely by Richmond, California, St. Louis, Detroit, Baltimore, and Baton Rouge. Meanwhile, new police superintendent Ronald Surpass is beefing up his homicide division. He has added 6 additional deputies, raising the number of investigators to 23. Surpass says combating violent crime is the NOPD's top priority. In sports, congratulations to the Orlando Magic. They hang on in overtime to finally take one for the Boston Celtics. Jameer Nelson made back-to-back three-pointers in overtime. Dwight Howard had 32 points and 16 rebounds as the Magic beat the Celtics 96-92 last night to avoid a 4-game sweep in the Eastern Conference Finals. A person familiar with the process said that Tom Thibodeau is the leading candidate to fill the New Orleans Hornets coaching vacancy, and the team could offer him the job this week. Thibodeau is said to be the brains behind the Boston Celtics' suffocating defense and is one of the highest-paid assistant coaches in the league. Sources close to the Hornets say they're expected to extend Thibodeau a contract offer this week. From today's WTF department, did you hear about the 9-month pregnant woman who kept her other child in the car while she was burglarizing homes? Authorities say that a 9-month pregnant Ohio woman accused in several home burglaries left her son waiting in her car while she committed the alleged crimes. Harrison Police Lieutenant Steve Wilson says 26-year-old and pregnant Samantha Brewer was arrested Wednesday night on charges of burglary, attempted burglary, and child endangering. Wilson did not know the age of Brewer's son. Brewer is accused of burglarizing 6 homes in Harrison in April and May. She's also charged with trying to break into 4 other homes. And pregnant. Well, speaking of pregnant, I got an email from one of our friends on the web. Hold on just a second here. Let me read this. It says, Dear CJ, I'm 2 months pregnant. When can I expect my baby to move? Signed, Morning Sickness. Well, dear Morning Sickness, when can you expect your baby to move? If you're lucky, right after he finishes high school. I'm CJ Morgan, and that's what's happening. Thanks for checking out cjmorganmedia.com.